What up, everybody? Welcome back to Two in the Stink podcast. Today we have a third in the stink. We have our friend Tyler Wolf with us. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great.
Hell yeah, dude.
Third in the stink. That's a lot in
Third,
the stink.
That is
dude.
a lot going on.
Yeah.
This girl's got bad morals. I don't know why we're assuming it's a girl.
Yeah. I don't know. You started that right off the bat, huh?
Yeah, I guess it's anyone.
Is it like a bisexual thing?
Anyone with 3 fingers in their ass has got problems.
Yeah.
Could be your butt, Jim. You don't know.
It could be. It couldn't be me.
So the girl is the podcast, I guess. Is that what we're calling her?
I guess
Your
kind of like how you
podcast
like
is
my
a
car, like my car. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Or like a you know what I mean?
Like how you call like a boat? Like she's got a lot going on.
Yeah, it's the.
Are you joining the barefoot gang, dude? What's going on?
No, I got socks on, dude.
Oh, dude.
Big sock
Take
gang.
them off.
We're wiggling toes.
Yeah.
Not today.
Not today.
Not today. I just got my nails sharpened. I don't want to fucking.
Don't want to cut anybody up.
Just got back from the Talon guy.
Don't want to scare anyone.
Mhm.
Yeah. What's up with you, dude? How you been?
Doing solid. Yeah. Living the dream, you know?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Tyler's a very funny comedian in Philadelphia as well. We're happy to have him.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. You have a show next in line. How's
Next in
that been
line.
going?
It's been going solid. Normally the summer, no one comes out to comedy, but this summer they have been. So,
That's sick.
yeah, blame it on the economy. People can't afford the
Mhm.
beach. We'll
Yeah,
take
dude.
it.
People who can't afford air conditioning, they're like, I'll go to a building that has some, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, my
We sometimes don't have air conditioning.
Oh, damn.
Those shows are
If you can
brutal.
guarantee on the flyer that there's AC, you will
Yeah.
get people.
Yeah, dude.
We can't guarantee that.
I just did an outdoor show, and it was horrible. Cause
Oh, is that the... Oh,
I was trying for the life of me to keep my tit sweat from getting out under my second shirt.
Yeah.
The first shirt was doomed.
Where
The second shirt
it?
was getting close. I saw you there.
You saw me there. Was I
it was
performing?
at the yeah. It was at the it was at that apartment thing.
Oh yeah.
I was
That
ready
was a
to die.
scorcher. That was like it was 90 degrees out. We were just in the middle of like an apartment complex.
damn.
It was
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh yeah, that was a hot one.
It was a spicy one.
Dude, any outdoor show in the fucking summer, just like, it's like, why?
I want to wear shorts on stage, but
There's a whole book
Man.
dedicated to that. You read a lot of comedy books, right?
Yeah, dedicated to not wearing shorts.
Yeah,
on stage.
there's one that's literally called "Don't Wear Shorts on Stage."
Oh,
It's
who's
one-
it by? Because I've started to lean the other way. I'm like, I don't care as much anymore.
Yeah. Well, like my first year into comedy, I was like, I'm gonna read
the
all
author
the
of
books.
that should have been on the show I was on, and he would have been like, performing should be naked. Actually,
Yeah, dude, get naked. Yeah, don't wear clothes on the
that's
stage.
becoming a thing.
There's a naked show in New
Yeah.
York. It's like a monthly show
Yeah.
in Brooklyn, and you do normal jokes. I guess you can do crowd work or whatever, like riffing, but it's just you perform naked, and that's the conceit of the show.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
That's
I'm too like self-conscious. I feel like it's one thing to joke about.
Rob would perform like this.
Yeah.
I would come out with like a comically large like sock on my dick.
I don't
Do
think
a little prop comedy. You whip
Yeah.
it off.
Rip it off. It's just literally like a laser pointer.
just like your dick's doing the crowd work. It's like talking to everybody.
It's like what do you do for work?
You do a ventriloquist act, but with your penis.
Yeah.
I would love. What does your dick sound like, Jim?
It would probably it always feels like it's being woken up.
Yeah,
So it's probably like, you know.
you've got 7 a.m. dick.
I do. I have like I have fucking 5 o'clock shadow on my cock.
My dick's a Democrat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it leans left.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, dude, leans left. All right, that's fair.
Nice.
I always tell Britt my dick looks like it's like waiting for a bus. It's like, yeah,
Like poking its head out.
it's like what's going on? Yeah, mine. Yeah, Britt. Like, yeah, I've got like a unnatural curve to my wiener. I feel like I think it's so many years of just
Really?
like beating it. You know. Please, you
Wait,
guys know.
Yours is going to the right.
Yeah, I think I think my
Pull it so hard.
Yeah, I think it's.
you're cranking it, dude.
I'm literally cranking.
You know how they
it.
fucking like shape a baseball glove to get real fucking. Rob's got his
Your
dick in the
penis
oven.
is the shape of the grip of his hand. He has
Yeah.
4 imprints like
He's
this.
got 4 baseballs inside of his ball sack. Dude, I have a regularly straight penis.
Really?
Yeah, it looks like a pen. Looks like a quill.
Yeah. What are you writing with that?
I'm writing a suicide note with it, actually.
Does it have a feather on it?
Yeah.
It's like an old school, like fucking
old school.
Tucked into your foreskin. I'm just assuming you have foreskin.
I'm cut.
Oh, okay.
dude.
I have recently found out that one of my friends wasn't, and I was like, ew.
Really?
Yeah.
Is now a bad time to ask Tyler if he's cut?
No, I know he is.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Are
hell
you
yeah.
serious?
Yeah.
All right, hell yeah. He's like, of course.
Yeah.
Tyler's Jewish, dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
They had a
You
dude
got
come in there and suck the blood. the moil.
They put it in a bottle. They save it for later, dude.
Yeah, they shake it up like Goldschlager.
You sell that shit on eBay.
They do.
That's what Goldschlager is. It's just foreskin that's like painted gold. They grind it up and they.
Oh God.
I'm like, okay.
Anyway, this podcast is brought to you by Goldschlager.
They sprinkle it on the weed.
like it's a blunt.
I would do it. Would you? Yeah, foreskin fucking filter on a blunt.
Ew.
Yeah, definitely not.
Anyway, we've reached this is all this podcast is just us saying retarded gross shit forever, and then
Pretty much.
Yeah, and we'll make a food pun at some point.
Yeah, at some point, Rob's gonna be like, "You're fat." And I'm gonna be like, "Hold on,
You're like,
don't
wait.
tell them. They don't know."
Jim, he has a point.
I know. I'm like, this is why I drink.
Enjoy that Budweiser, dude. My mom bought Budweiser specifically for him because like he'll come over and like we'll have like whatever beer in the house, and my mom's like, Jim, what do you drink? He's like, I like Bud. Like I call them Bud Heavies because I drink Bud Light, but those are Bud Heavies.
Cool.
No.
Burp
I think
Wisers,
Bud
dude.
Heavy isn't Bud Heavy a different thing?
Is it?
I thought it was a different, like Bud Platinum. You ever drink those in college?
No,
Yeah.
I never had
They were
Bud
like
Platinum.
twice. It was not Budweiser. It was like a
No,
Bud.
these are just Bud. This
Bud,
is the class.
oh.
This is Bud Classic.
yeah.
Bud
That's like a
Classic.
classy.
Like
you have the Clydesdales pulling those.
Right. This is with the
Yeah.
horse commercial.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This, you know what I mean?
What's
your,
Miller?
Your Puerto Rican uncle makes you box his nephew. That's like from Puerto Rico.
Am I just being a little bitch right now, drinking Miller Light?
No, I'm
Yeah.
drinking Miller Lite.
At least there's no Bud Light.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, none of
Remember when
those.
everyone loved Bud Light because of the Bud Night?
But oh yeah.
And then
that was like kind of Philly thing, right?
Yeah.
it was pretty Philly. Yeah, because of the
dilly
little-
dilly. Yeah.
I have a
dilly.
picture
Dilly.
with that dude on my phone from
And
the
now it's like-
Super Bowl parade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, from the night. Or
Yeah,
whatever?
with the night. Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's so funny how things can switch up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now the night's gay.
And now he's like dilly dilly, dilly dilly.
I've gotten like a lot of like a lot of jokes I post I'll get like negative comments, but like the most weirdest ones I've gotten recently were like this guy drinks Bud Light. It's like that's an insult now.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so funny.
It's like
I'm like, yeah,
I still
I do.
drink Bud Light. I don't care.
I drink them fast.
yeah.
So people can't see you.
Yeah, I drink them so fast.
Miller Lite could literally like stab my mom in the face. I'd be like, but they're pretty good.
Yeah.
I still drink them.
Like Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A, dude. Don't call me out for reusing a joke.
Wow, repurpose that one there, Rob.
Yeah. hang on, guys. Hang on. Don't.
I just watched that movie Blackberry last night. Did you guys heard of that?
I don't think so.
The one guy from Always Sunny, Dennis.
Is it a horror movie?
No, it's
damn it.
it's
I
a
thought it was
fucking
like a BlackBerry attacks.
It's like kind of like the history of the BlackBerry.
Oh,
you know how they're
yeah.
like doing like movies like that now?
Yeah.
Like Barbie and shit.
Barbie. Dude,
Yeah.
Was it at all entertaining?
It was great. It was great.
Really?
That guy's such a good actor.
Right, but the story of the invention of the BlackBerry.
It was pretty. Yeah, it was pretty.
Okay.
It was pretty funny because
Jim's like, I like berries. This sounds good.
I'm like, okay, shut up, Peanut.
I was calling you skinny. Come on.
It was fascinating because the whole movie takes place like right before the iPhone, and then like the end of the movie is like the iPhone happened, and it's like done.
Yeah. BlackBerry must have been like, fuck, when the
They were
iPhone.
like, damn.
3 years later, the BlackBerry committed suicide.
It literally did. It literally did.
There's this kid I went to high school with, and he was a rapper, and he used to write his rhymes in his BlackBerry because that's all it was good for after the iPhone came out. It was just good for typing, I guess. Like, I don't know.
I guess you could type slightly faster.
Slightly
Growing
faster.
up, my mom had a BlackBerry, and it was so funny because I was like, "You have no reason to have that. You have never had to send an email in your motherfucking life."
Anybody who has a BlackBerry is like mean to their server. I feel like today. Do Blackberries
If anyone's
exist?
still, if they have.
They
like,
announced
evolved
recently
the iPhone.
that like they will not work now.
Oh really? Oh man, that sucks.
You can't even like be like retro.
You can't like connect to 5G. Probably
You can't
They're
even.
just
No,
so old.
it's so fucking done.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's gotta fucking suck. BlackBerry's still a stock too, isn't it? So
I think they were trying to make it like a meme stock almost.
Oh,
like with
yeah.
GameStop.
Yeah.
They were trying to do that. Yeah, they did it with Toys R Us, I think, too.
Did they? I thought it was. I
Yeah.
thought, no, it was AMC.
AMC.
I made a shit.
Toys R Us.
I made a retarded amount of money on AMC, and
Really?
then I made like $12,000.
Did you cash out?
Oh yeah, I cashed out, and then I
good.
paid off my credit cards, and I racked them back up in like a year. So I didn't really do anything with the money, but I was like,
I mean, better than owing double the money.
You spent a year
Yeah.
having fun.
oh, yeah, I did. I spent a year fucking at bars, like I got the next round.
Yeah,
That was me. You had a cool bar story you were talking right before this. You said you were hanging out with Nick Schwartzen recently, right?
Yeah, we're buds. We go back.
Yeah, you guys-
Yeah. We're like close family friends. We go to each other's Thanksgiving all the
Nice.
time. No, I met him one time actually at an open mic. I had to have been like a year into comedy, like very new.
I thought this was recent.
No. This was
okay.
like 4 years ago.
Okay, cool.
And the bar clears out because the open mic ends, and I'm just like eating dinner there, waiting for Raven Lounge, a
Right.
well-known open mic and show in Philly.
Yeah.
And he just walks in and just
Okay.
sits down at the bar, and I just stared at him for 45 minutes, like, holy shit, that's Nick Swardson.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's Nick Swardson. And I'm just texting my friends, like, you're never going to guess who I'm staring at. And they were like, did you say anything to him? And I was like, no. They're like, you have to go over. So I went over and talked to him, and he got me drunk. I had like 8 beers, and he just like kept like, oh, give him another one. Oh, he's out. He bought everyone at the bar shots. He tipped like, I think the bill was like $150, and he tipped $150 on top of it. Yeah, it was a pretty G move.
That's dope. And then you said you performed fucking shit faced after, huh?
Yeah, and then it was like 1:30, and I was also like, oh, there's an open mic down the street if you want to come to it. And he goes, yeah, I'm not really one of those guys. And he was like, I'm not going to that. And then I sprinted to Raven, was up like at like 1:30, the second to last person I think who went up. And
Okay.
just hammered, spewing nonsense. And I was telling Jim too, I was like, and I murdered. And then I listened back to the set, and I was like, I should never do that again. I did not murder.
I had a set. We did it. Remember with Gatsby's, right? Remember that in Aston? Mm-hmm. We did a show recently.
Oh
right,
yeah.
yeah, right
Yeah.
down the street, and we were drinking. We started drinking at like noon.
Because it's a Sunday, right?
Yeah, it was a Sunday show, and it was right after I taped my 30 minutes. So the next day we were celebrating. We went to brunch.
Literally the next day?
The next day.
Oh, my God.
So I taped my 30 minutes, and then we went out to brunch. We had like a fucking like my sister, like she was like, I got drinks, like so we got shit faced. We went back to my sister's house, drank more, smoked like weed on top of that. Then then we go to the show finally. And dude, I was so hammered. I had the tape. I was so hammered, like I was doing the same jokes over and over again because I couldn't remember what I was saying.
No way.
But they thought it
that's
was
good.
But they thought it was funny. That was like I was like, what was I saying? Oh yeah. Anyway, my
Starting
wife.
over the
and I would
joke?
do it again, and they would start laughing. It was the
my
most
God.
like I couldn't recreate it if I tried. But I would do crowd work, and I'd be like, "What'd you do for work?" She's like, "You already asked me." I'm like, "All right, we'll say it again."
We walked in and they were like, "You guys want whiskey?" And they poured 2 full glasses, and we're like,
Yeah.
It was a weird day because I was hammered the whole time.
Yeah.
we crushed.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was like one of those weird things. It was just so weird where like being hammered on stage worked because they were just into it.
How much time did you do?
I did way too. I think they were like, do 20. I did like 35.
Oh,
Like,
my God.
Yeah, they
So
were like,
of
yeah.
actual material, you did 10, and then you did it 3 times?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, pretty much.
It was one of those things where it's like you had such low expectations going into it, not knowing the place or ever being there or
Yeah.
working with the person that put it
This
on.
is your first time ever stepping foot in the building?
And
Well-
we were like, whoa, like it
Yeah.
was perfect.
It was like awesome. So it was one of those shows where you're like, oh, this is gonna suck. And you get there like, oh my god, this is like everybody there's like, it's like a pack. It was a tight room. It was in a basement, so it was like low ceilings, tight walls. It was like down a corridor almost. It was like, and they were like, we showed up. They were like, hey, do you guys want drinks? We're like, sure. They just handed us drinks. They had they had food. Jim made
they brought me like a sandwich and I just like opened it and ate the contents.
Yeah, you did.
Like discarded the roll like a fucking dead body.
You were like a
Heathen?
fucking
Yeah.
You're like an animal, dude.
It was horrible.
Eating the carcass.
I was fucking hammered. It was crazy.
The only thing
And
that's
then Rob was like, "Come over.
Oh, yeah,
I
then
have beer."
when you came over, we got more drunk
after the
Yeah.
show?
Yeah, we kept it going.
I had, what was it, last weekend, I did something I haven't done in a while drinking, which is I threw up on the street.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just
Damn.
vomited on the sidewalk. You know what did it? Where was I?
Where were you?
Karaoke bar.
Karaoke.
Oh, the vibes are too infectious.
Too infectious.
Damn.
Last time I did karaoke, it was at like a Korean place called
Yakitori Boy?
it was called Duba.
Oh, okay.
Dubai.
Duba, and it was like so crazy, and I got way too
It's
hammered.
wild in there. It was like it was a party.
Yeah.
It was fucking fun as shit. But I showed up, I came from a show and I hadn't been drinking, so I was sober everyone else was already drunk, so I was like, I got to catch up. Hadn't eaten dinner, empty stomach. And the first thing I do is I go to the bartender, and a friend buys me a shot, and then I pull out my card. I say, could I get 4 more shots?
Oh, my God.
So I just lined up 5 shots of tequila, just stood at the bar, did 5, and then probably had another 10 drinks that night, almost all tequila. And had an amazing time. We closed out the bar.
Yeah.
Took the Uber home. Halfway through, I was like, this is not looking too good.
Yeah.
And I had my hand on the door knob for every single stoplight because I was like, I'm ready to bolt if this is coming out.
Yeah.
I'm not fucking up this Uber ride. And we made it. I closed my eyes for like the last 5 blocks. We made it. Opened the door, and the Uber driver just sees me put my hand on a fire extinguisher or a fire hydrant, and then just projectile.
Oh
on
my
the
God.
sidewalk.
Oh yeah, that was literally me 2 days ago.
2 days ago.
Well, whenever I was here last, I blacked out.
Oh, yeah, you did.
I
Was it just the
shotgunned.
2 of you?
It was just
Yeah.
us hanging out. So
I got drunk. I got drunk.
I picked him up to do the podcast. So I'm on the way to get him. He's like, yo, dude, I'm hammered. I was like, well, guess what? I got beer at the house. He was like, wow. So we came back to the house. We continued to drink. We didn't do the podcast for like another 2 or 3 hours.
Is that really
And you were
true?
just drinking.
We were just drinking, just getting hammered. I think if you listen to the last episode, it's just so unhinged. We were going all over the place.
I went to the bathroom and came back, and I'm soaking wet. I was like watching it like a clip of it. I was like, why am I wet?
Dunked
I'm
your
like,
head in the
I
toilet.
literally
was wet.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened in there.
Neither do I,
It
brother.
was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, but yeah, it's always like I don't know. It's always those like just doing comedy drunk in general. It's either like
I did it on mushrooms recently.
yeah. Did you? Where was
Yeah,
that?
at Helium.
Yeah.
For Foster's show, the Nightcap.
Nightcap.
They put me up. I was
yeah, that's
closing
what-
them out, and
You
I
did
was on mushrooms.
You're supposed to do 4 minutes. You did 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had like a lady on stage with her shirt off. I
Really?
was screaming. Yeah, it was insane. Like it was. I was being like as insane as I could get.
Have you
And-
listened back to it?
They weren't recording
Yeah.
it. It was just one of those. You had to be there.
Oh, that's
It was a lot of chairs. There was a lot of chairs that were there,
By the time Jim went up, I think there was like 5 people in the audience,
and then the back of the room was full.
and the back of the
of
room,
comics.
and it was
Yeah.
it was just all comics, just like cracking the fuck up at Jim, just being like you were like doing a chicken dance at
I
one
was
point.
I was dancing.
Did
It was
everyone know you were on mushrooms?
a couple people like
Wow.
yeah, like Courtney and Brian and Ryan.
What's funny is that they lit you, and then Courtney came out and was waving you with his cell phone, and you still weren't getting off, and he just gave up at some point. You were
I
just
didn't
like,
even see him. I literally was like locked into that couple. I was like, oh my God.
God.
you're like, if I look away, they're gonna disappear.
It's true.
That's-
Because I looked away from the one guy and he did disappear. There was a dude with like a broken arm sitting in the
Just
front, and I made fun of him.
evaporated.
And then I went to the other people. I looked back, he was gone. I was like, I think I imagined him.
Yeah. So on your mushroom brain, you're like, I can't look away; they'll vanish.
That is hilarious of just you doing crowd work with someone that's not there whatsoever.
I've done that a million times.
He's done that. There's been times where Jim will be like, "What do you do, miss?" And he's like literally talking to an empty chair.
Oh, it's one
But
of
on
my favorites.
mushrooms, to have a whole conversation, be like, "How'd you break your arm?" And everyone's like, "What is he
Yeah.
Exactly.
looking at?"
Exactly. It was
Oh,
crazy.
That's good.
That was an experience.
Yeah.
Talk about like no jitters at all about like going on.
I've never taken mushrooms and gone on stage. I think I've told this story before. I don't know if I've told it to you, but one time me and my dear friend Gray West, who we all love,
Oh,
shout out
very
Gray
good
West.
friends.
Never heard of her.
Yeah. So we were in DC, and I was like, hey, let's take edibles and go to the Holocaust Museum and see what that's like.
What a
Great
great
idea.
sentence.
Yeah. So we did that. We took it was before like it was DC had legalized weed, but it wasn't like fully like whatever. So they had like these droplets or whatever, and we like took whatever like under like my tongue, and like it dude like it I didn't kick in for we waited an hour, it didn't kick in, and like now we're ready to go to the Holocaust Museum, so we take more, and it's still not kicking in. I'm like, all right, whatever, these are
Classic
duds.
edible story.
Right, so let's go through the Holocaust Museum. I'm like the whole time I'm like I feel kind of like my eyes are heavy. He's like, yeah, like I don't know. Go through the entire Holocaust Museum, nothing. We go to get lunch after. He wants to go to some.
Didn't feel a thing the
Yeah.
whole time I was in there.
Not sadness.
Didn't
not-
feel a
nothing.
thing.
I was like expecting to be giggling.
I didn't
and-
learn.
Yeah. So and my wife's with me the entire time too. So so Gray is, he has a gluten allergy, so he goes to some fucking whatever gay restaurant, and he's like, I'm going to go to this restaurant. I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to Panda Express, and I'm definitely getting like shrimp. So we split up, and I'm at Panda Express just like shoveling food in my mouth. Like, oh, dude, this is so good. And like I was like, oh my God, this is really good. And then my arms started to get heavy. I was like, oh no. And then like, I checked my phone. Gray's like, it hit. And now we're like so fucking
to find each other.
Yeah. And then not only that, we had it wasn't like a show, but also it was like one of those weird like booked open mics we had. And we were supposed to do that after. Not only, it was like this weird open mic where like they had a comedian in the front who would watch your set and then give you feedback after.
Oh, so, yeah. I know that one.
Yeah, so we had to do comedy, and then I went on stage. I just talked about how fucking high I was, and it was like, and like the I guess whoever the comedian up front, she's like, this is a pretty good bit, but if you did this, I'm like, this isn't a bit. I'm like, I am so fucking high. It was.
You were like, what bit? What?
I was so It was like I've never gone on stage like blitzed, but that was like I've gone on stage drunk before, but like going stage high is like I'm like it's like so scary. I don't know how you do it.
I need it, dude.
Yeah.
I sometimes I need it to get up there.
Yeah.
It's
because of nerves, or
I don't even know. I think sometimes it just I don't know, gets me in the zone. I think my crowd work is funnier when I'm high, and that's what I like to do.
Because you're just like blah blah blah, and they're
I'm like you should be naked, and they're like I should. You're right.
It sounds like it works too.
It works. It works.
Yeah. Do you?
I don't think I could. I don't think I could perform high. I get way too in my head when I'm high.
Yeah.
Although I've realized that's just when you smoke too much. That's what happens.
Yeah.
For the longest time, I was like in college. I was like, I don't know, like smoking. I just always get like too in my own thoughts, and I can't like formulate a sentence, and I end up not speaking. And then I started smoking less, and I was like, oh, I was just so high. When you do 3 gravity bongs, that's what happens.
Well, yeah. When somebody passes around a blunt, and you're like, well, I don't want to be a bitch.
Yeah.
Then of course you're gonna get.
That's yeah. I got a bunch of comedians high at a Airbnb once.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
In fucking Tom's River.
We did, yeah. You can tell that story.
Everyone was so high that they didn't care about the show we had.
Yeah, no, it was after the show.
Oh, that's right, after the show.
And we got so drunk we didn't care about the show.
Was it a bad show? Was that like the?
It was a good show.
It was a good show.
And
those poor people who spent all that money got to watch us all go up fucking hammered as fuck.
Yeah, we spent the day getting tan and hammered.
Yeah. But then,
beach.
Yeah,
in like the lake.
Yeah, and then after the show, you were like passing around some blunt, and then like every time it came around, somebody left because they went to go to bed. It was like the weakest link. It was
insane.
Who can last? Till
yeah,
the last
and
puff.
It was so funny.
You turned our good friend Gary Sharp. You turned him white.
It was crazy.
He was like doing like goofy laughs. He was like, oh,
like goofy.
It was insane.
It was the craziest shit.
Rob's wife actually, she was getting involved in the whole thing. I was like, everyone was doing it. Dude.
Yeah,
my wife was corrupting. I was like, look at the bad influence.
Yeah, my darling angel wife took a hit of the blunt and then like turned into a hamster and went to bed. It was crazy.
Oh my God, this is like transformative weed.
It was like Animorphs. I think it was laced.
Well, here's the thing: when you're in Jersey, what the fuck else are you gonna do?
Yeah. I mean, what I've been doing lately is like I'll come home and I tend to buy like legal weed and then just bring it back to Philly.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll just because I love the pre-rolls, I don't know how to do any of that shit myself. But I'll just smoke like a quarter to a half.
Oh yeah, that's all you need.
And then you're fine. Like I'm not like fucking like buzzing out. I literally had an experience in college where I was like, maybe I just shouldn't smoke weed. Went over to this kid's apartment who I didn't really know that well.
Yeah.
I knew the friend that I went with. So that's already a bad start.
Yeah.
Smoking
big time.
to getting too high. And it was him and his girlfriend and like one of their other friends. And we did a gravity bong and we did like 2 each. Just like gone, and then we turned on the NBA. I remember we were watching Oklahoma City, like back in the Russell Westbrook days. And when you're high and you're like trying to keep up with the conversation, and you're like, what should I say that's gonna make sense and serve myself? And then when you're ready to say it, you're so far past that point.
You're trying too hard to like act human.
Exactly. So I was trying way too hard. Eventually, it's like the 4th quarter, and I say just something. I was like, like that was crazy.
Yeah.
And they just go like, whoa, he speaks. Apparently, I hadn't said anything the whole game. So I was just sitting there in this guy's apartment, just staring at the TV and then looking at them, looking back at the TV. And then I find out, and then just when they react like that, he speaks.
That's the last thing you want to hear.
I was like, I should never say anything.
I should never talk
in my
again.
entire life. Yeah. And I probably didn't the rest of the night. And they were like, well, he really doesn't speak.
I took mushrooms with Gray when we were in DC, and he tried to get me to watch some movie, and like I just couldn't they might as well have been speaking gibberish. I just couldn't pay attention. And then I looked over at his wall, and there was like he has all these paintings on his wall because you've been over his house, and I saw them like move like the DVD like logo like.
Oh Jesus!
And his room started breathing. I was like, this is way better than the movie. Fucking turn this shit off. Let's just watch your apartment. Oh my goodness. Oh, my wife. Hey, what's up? You grabbing the 7-Up cake? All right, love you. Yeah, Jim. My wife goes, I don't know Jim was here. It wasn't loud. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Blah.
I'm like, wow. Yeah, last time I was here, I think she was trying to sleep, and I was like belligerently drunk.
Yeah, you were.
I was like, wow.
Screaming.
Have you ever, you into psychedelics at all or no?
Yeah, I've done shrooms before.
Yeah, well, how's your experience with that?
I mean, I've always been with people that are like scientific about it.
Oh, okay.
I have a friend who like literally works for a weed company in San Francisco, and so he'll be like making sure, and my girlfriend like knows how to do them. So I've always just done it with people. So I just get to that point where I'm just like, life is great.
Nice.
I'll just fucking watch the grass wave
Hell
and have
yeah.
like deep heart-to-heart conversations with people I've never met in my life before.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
So
shit.
I've never been like too fucking.
Yeah, the best part is when you're having
crazy.
those conversations and you get up and no one's there.
And you're on stage at Helium.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I bought mushrooms recently, and when I was in DC, because they're legal out there. You can just fucking buy them in a dispensary or whatever.
In
And-
DC,
yeah,
shrooms are legal?
Yeah, you can go to a
That's
dispensary.
pretty
I
sick.
have some in my cabinet. I'm waiting for the right opportunity, aka part 2 of the Patreon.
I
I'm
was
just
about
kidding.
to say.
I'm like, yeah. I'm like, don't say that.
So,
Woo.
but I bought them, and I was like talking to the guy because I took them with Gray. I don't remember what I did. And I was like, hey, I took these once, but I don't know what to do. He was like, take half a gram, wash it down with orange juice, and I was like, that sounds like
Amazing.
I was like, I don't know, but like, is that gonna make it stronger? Or was that like orange juice? I guess.
I think the
don't know.
last time I did it was camping. It was more like glamping, but like a couple months ago.
What's glamping? Is that?
You're just in like it's like essentially like a tiny house.
That's like gay camping, glamping.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like camping, but like not. It's like we took a mansion to the woods.
So we just named
you
the
have
episode.
working water. You have
They take a
stove, you had a
completely functional
refrigerator.
house to the woods.
Yeah.
Glamping. All right, we named it. That's a
Yeah.
good episode.
And
Glamping.
Glamping.
we did peanut butter sandwiches with the shrooms in them.
Yep.
And we had
That's the way.
And I built a fire, and
Okay.
I spent the next like hour and a half just like poking the fire.
Nice.
And just staring at it, like you're saying, full on conversation with the fire. It was like Harry Potter, like you see like Sirius Black pop
Yeah.
up in the fire. Oh my God, they're after you.
I watched a painting of Cardi B like breathe. I was like, wow, she's here.
Dude. I used to play baseball high.
Yeah.
Ugh,
You're a baseball guy.
I've had a catch high, and I was like, I just felt like I was just
It is that.
rocking back and forth, and then just like following, and then I'd catch it the last second, and then be impressed by myself.
Yeah.
I'm like, I got it. Yeah, it was not very good.
Yeah.
But you were playing in a game.
I was
literally
playing
just,
in a game high, for high school. I was showing up practice high. I was looking for my practice high.
Well,
I can
that's-
play game high.
Right. Yeah.
That's just smart. Practice how you play.
Yeah, exactly. Real competitor's edge. That's why I'm giving myself.
That's why Jim practices getting high off stage. When he gets on stage, he's like,
I'm
this is.
like, well, I'm waiting for the day that I can just get high on stage and feel real comfortable.
Walk on
have like a
stage.
2-minute coughing fit in one of my bits.
That's funny. I wonder if I mean I guess eventually comedy will get to weed is like just getting more and more legal. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point you just like fucking pull out a pen on stage and it's like
Chappelle with the cigarette.
Yeah.
Dude, I've seen Philly comics that go on stage like at like shitty little bar shows and like literally just like do ketamine.
really?
Oh, right there. They'll just like, you want to see me do it? And then they'll do it.
On stage or before they
on
go
stage
on? Yeah.
to the crowd.
This
Damn.
sounds like Friendly Lounge if I had to guess.
It was a good one, yeah. I was like, I wanted to. I thought about doing that, but yeah, that's a great place. That's an all-time place.
The only drugs I've ever done recreationally are weed, mushrooms, and Adderall. That's it.
Weed, mushrooms, Adderall. You've never done cocaine?
We're just
No, I've never done
we're
Have you
just
done
naming
cocaine?
Danny
I've done
Brown
cocaine,
songs.
Yeah.
What, you done cocaine?
I have.
How was
like
that?
3 times, I think.
Okay.
They're all like kind of weird stories. The first one was I was visiting a friend in college up in Maine. Nothing else to do there.
Okay.
And
Right.
I was kind of like, I honestly had a thought. I was like, I got to do this once.
I have to do cocaine. I'm in Maine.
One time. Yeah.
Right.
And then so they were just all doing it, and I did it, and I remember one of them was like, "Whoa, you're like good at this." I was like,
yeah,
you're so good at like getting it up into your nose. I was like, yeah, I don't know, I'm kind of a natural. Like, yeah, like I think it runs in the family.
Jim hears that, but about his butt.
Yeah.
He's like, you're really good at this.
I do cocaine.
Yeah.
I think I'm the only person to do cocaine in this house.
Well, besides this.
No, I mean like in this building.
Yeah. Jim
on these grounds.
Jim did the cocaine in my basement.
Oh, literally.
I did it, and then Rob was like, "I have to tell my mom."
Yeah, that's a different story.
It was the scariest. It was the scariest.
But anyway,
the first thing you don't want to do cocaine. The first thing that someone tells you is, "I have to tell my mom."
Because my mom loves you too much, and I wanted her to like think less of you. But then she was like, "Oh my god, I love him." I was like, "No, he did."
Totally cool.
Yeah, he's like, he's so cool. She's like, "Did you do some?" I was like, "No." She's like, "You should have."
I have a Jim cocaine story, which you probably don't even remember, but we were at the Grape Room, open mic in Philly, and I just walk up to you. I'm like, "Hey, how you doing?" You like, "Getting ready for my set. I just did a bump."
Oh, really?
I did. Yeah, it was like, I'm gonna try this personality on for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I just did a bump. I'm gonna go on stage. Yeah. It's me.
I
not
remember
knowing.
going quite well. That's what I remember.
Yeah, that place though. I don't know. I have like a cheat code to that place. I just start screaming at people, and they're like, "Yeah."
But your Maine story, how did that turn out? You said you did it in Maine.
Oh fuck! Actually, the way it turned out was we went to like maybe like 3 apartment parties. We were in college at the time, and then I like lost the friend who I was there visiting. And so I was like, okay, I'll just walk back to his apartment. This is Maine in the middle of winter. So it is like, it's like below freezing. So I walk across their campus, and I get to the other side, and I realize I have no fucking clue where I am on this campus. So they had this like vestibule in a dorm. Like you have to swipe to get into the actual building, but to get into the part where it's just enclosed by windows. So I just huddle in there and just call my friend like 45 times.
Oh my God.
It's like 4 a.m. Finally, he wakes up and he goes, "Dude, where are you? Like, you're supposed to be on the couch." And I was like, "I don't know. I'm in like whatever, like Adam's dorm right now."
Yeah.
And just like in the front, like freezing my ass off. And he goes, "Weren't you just at the party with us?" I was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Yeah, where's your apartment?" He goes, "I live next door."
Oh my God.
So I left the apartment and was just like, I know where I'm headed, and just walked across campus. Meanwhile, I had like 12 feet to go. Yeah.
Jim got lost. He last summer he spent a weekend down in my sister has a beach house down near Rehoboth, and we got shit faced earlier in the day, like much like we do. We did. Have you ever been to Starboard in Dewey?
No.
They have this thing called the running of the bull. Basically, somebody dresses up as in like a bull outfit, and a bunch of drunk people just chase them around.
They chase the drunk person.
Yeah,
okay.
they chase a bunch of drunk people. The bull. Yeah. So we went there, and they had like a band. We got fucking hammered. And then we get back to the beach house, and I'm like toasted. And then Jim's like, I want to go back. So, because we put on some like Mark Wahlberg movies trying to spend like family time. And Jim was like, family time? Oh no, I have to run. So he called a Lyft.
The Bulls.
He calls a Lyft.
Rob's family got together and they were like, let's watch a Mark Wahlberg movie. And they all at once were like, yeah. It was fucked up. It was actually pretty fucking traumatizing. So I was like, I have to be anywhere else.
So Jim goes back to he catches a Lyft back to Dewey.
Only because it couldn't fit in the microwave. I left.
So and then I forget when you texted me. You said, "Yo, what's your address?" And like I was like still like I kept drinking at my like my sister's house, whatever. So I was pretty drunk. I texted him I think the wrong like address down the road. God. So Jim gets a Lyft. They drops him off at the wrong house, and he's like, the guy's like, "Is this it?" And then Jim is hammered. This is like whatever time it was.
Like 2 in the morning.
2 in the morning, and Jim goes, "Yeah, this is good." And he gets out the fucking car, and he realizes it's nowhere near where my fucking sister's house is. So he pulls out his phone, turns on the flashlight, and then his phone dies. Oh my God. And this is like in like basically the woods. It's like beach. It's like a beach area, but like it's covered in woods.
Into the woods.
So Jim's like on a street in the middle of the woods. There's like no stoplights. There's like no moon out. He's just like surviving. You said you had to go pee, but you're too scared to go in the bush because something would attack you. So you
just peed in the road.
You peed in the road.
Did you find your way back?
He did.
Yeah, I had to. I looked everywhere because I knew they had a boat out front. So I just walked up to every property to see if there was a boat, and I went up and down the road, and then I found it.
Yeah.
And then I walked in, and Rob's sister was like sleeping on the couch. I was like, "Hey, hi." Scared the shit out of her. It was insane.
dude.
That reminded me of a story. I haven't thought about this in forever, but in college, when I was a junior, we lived off campus, so we just like live in this small town, and just like with random neighbors that actually live there.
Yeah.
And like 3 weeks in a row, I got so fucked up that I forgot which one was our house.
Yeah.
And went up to people's porches with the key and was just fiddling with
my
their key
God.
for like 30 minutes before eventually I realized like, oh wait, we don't live here. And then found my way home. One time I just didn't know and I walked back to a friend's house.
Where's this at?
This is in middle of Pennsylvania.
Gotcha, yeah.
But one time, literally, like I'm at the next door neighbor's house or 2 houses down. Don't know which houses are, so I just walked back to my friend's house where the party was, sleep on their couch. But one time I did it, and I'm fiddling with the key, and I have no idea. Eventually, make it back home, go to sleep, and they're like, "Which house were you doing that to?" I was like, "I don't know. It's like 2 doors down that way." And they're like, "You mean the one with the sign out front that says we shoot first, ask questions later?"
Oh my God!
I was like, "Yep, that's the one that I was at." Yeah, could have just like woken someone up at 3 a.m, like pounding on the door, like. Yeah, I lucked out.
Damn, dude. That's got to be. I'm not sure if I've ever been in a scenario like that where it's like I've been so fucked up. One time, me and my wife, and my mom, we went out drinking, and we're like, let's just for fun, let's go drive past my childhood home, and we drove past it, and she's like, oh my God, like there it is, and I hopped out the car. I was like, I'm gonna go knock and like see if they'll let me in, and they're like, no, don't, and I'm just hammered on the front door. Like,
what time is it?
It was like probably like 3 p.m. because
midday.
Yeah, midday, and I was like, I'm like banging on their door. And my wife and my mom were like, no, stop. I'm like, no, hang on. I'm like, I had this whole idea where I'm like, I'm going to tell them I grew up here. Let me come in your house and like explore. And thank God, like, no, but I don't think anybody was home. But nobody answered. I just remember getting back to the car and my mom and my wife being like so fucking pissed. Like, they're like, we're never taking you out drinking again. You're done. I was like, but
that happens every time.
And
yeah,
you were probably
true.
just like,
It's
they weren't home. We'll come back later.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, we're going to go. That's going to be the next Patreon.
You got to go knock on my childhood home.
Yeah, and we'll do it to my house too.
Yeah.
We'll do it to my scary row home.
Oh, that's so good.
That's so funny.
That's great.
Do you have any houses you want to go reminisce with us? Or
We could go to my childhood home.
Yeah.
Just go to 3 for.
hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's gonna be our new thing. We go to
I
childhood.
moved around a lot. I have like 17 childhood homes.
Go to all of them.
Go to
should.
all of them. So I'm like, this is where.
That's gonna be our new thing where we show up with a camera to strangers' houses. Be like, we used to live here. Can we come in and record?
we come in?
Anyone's house.
Yeah, that'd be so funny if we like went to random ass houses. And we're like, we used to live here. Just like see if they let us in.
And then just
Yeah.
make random ass stories. Oh, that's where Johnny he shat himself in the corner over there.
Yeah. If you don't go in the crawl space.
Oh, this
You don't want to go in the crawl space.
That's where Aunt Mary killed herself. There's like 8 kids. We're like, don't do that.
Don't go in there.
Jim's like, oh, that's the cage they used to put me in. I was in that corner.
That was me. That was my pee spot.
Yeah. That's where I learned to play with lighters.
That was the lighters corner. That's where I used to drink lighters.
Yeah, drink the fucking fluid. Dude, you know what? I bought a lighter off Amazon recently for cigars.
Gay.
I know. And I for whatever reason I thought it would come with lighter fluid, but it didn't. So I was like trying to light it, and I was like, "Oh, this is stupid." I mean, it makes sense. Obviously, you want to mail something that has fucking lighter fluid in it. But I took it to a vape shop, and did you know, people that fucking who work at vape shops are like the nicest fucking people ever.
I was about to say the opposite.
Yeah.
Really?
I thought they were gonna shit on
I
you.
thought
No,
they were,
I
I thought they were going to call you a pleb.
No, I walked in with this empty lighter. I was like, "Hey, dude, I got this lighter. I need to like put fluid in." And he's like, "Oh, dude, I got you." He pulled out this like cheap ass can. He's like, "Dude, this is $5. Buy it. I'll light it up for you." I was like, "Sure." So I like bought it. He goes, fucking fills it up. He's like, "You're on your way." I'm like, "Thanks, dude." And he's like, we like bullshitted, but he's like, "Where'd you get the lighter?" I was like, "Amazon." It was like $20. He's like, "Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna look it up." I was like, "Oh, so like we like what do we do now? Do we like kiss? Like what's going on? Like are we like friends?"
I think you gotta
Rob
go to
was
his,
almost made a friend in public.
I almost made a friend. Yeah.
almost keyword. Yeah.
And he's like, now it's a story.
Yeah. I'm like, wait till my mom hears about this.
He drove home real fast.
Mom, we have another childhood home to go to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guy
Mom,
runs the smoke shop.
I made a friend at the vape shop of all places.
I really thought it was going the other way. I thought you were going to say, I walked in and I was like, hey, I think my lighter's broken. And
He was
he's
like,
you
he was
fucking
like,
idiot.
"Fuck
There's
you,
no fluid
fucking
in this.
loser.
I don't even want your business.
Do you guys have bad vape shop stories? Is that what?
No, I
like,
just assumed anyone with snake bite piercings would be mean.
no, dude, they're chill as shit. They're literally inhaling cotton candy all day. They're like in the best
True.
mood.
Yeah.
It's blue raz.
It's blue raz, dude.
It's always blue raz.
Yeah.
That's what vaping
I got
is.
cotton candy. Yeah.
They don't live long enough to be upset. They're like, they don't live long enough for that tax bill to come.
It's
they're
a short, happy life.
Yeah,
It is.
They're living their best life, literally.
Yeah.
It's not long, but they're living
It's
it.
not long.
Yeah.
Blowing clouds.
Yeah, dude. They're fucking
Blowing clouds.
Yeah, anytime. Yeah, they're fucking entering vape competitions. You think
That is.
yeah.
Wow.
You think they're worried about their car payment? No way.
Never
Yeah.
once.
That shit's just getting repoed. And they'll be
Trying to
dead.
upgrade my mod.
I
had a buddy that was like super into vaping. We just took a dump on him every day.
dude, they sell shit in vape shops now. It's called Kratom. Have you heard about that?
No.
Oh, I've been doing Kratom, dude. First time I did.
Wait, are you done Kratom?
I've done Kratom a bunch of times. Are you
Wait,
kidding?
what is it?
It's like a legal, quote unquote, like legal drug. It's like an herb.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's like fucking whatever. It's like I went on Reddit and some people were like, "This is heroin."
it like mimics opiates.
Yeah,
But it's not an opiate?
It's not.
Yeah.
it's like
It's an interesting thing to.
It's like, you know how
try.
like they take CBD and they're like, oh, it's like weed but not weed. It's like that.
Oh, yeah. They're like, we took the heroin out of heroin. You guys
Yeah.
are going to love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you get really sleepy but without the fun.
Yeah. That's Kratom.
Is it?
Yeah, we should do it one time.
I'm all set.
Throw that one on the page.
Yeah, me and Jim get addicted to opioids.
We probably both get thin.
Yeah, we would.
It's like
dude.
an Always Sunny episode.
I definitely feel like I'd be Frank. I show up with like a knife.
You're Frankfurter.
Yeah. I'm like, okay. Okay.
Well, that was funny. Come on.
Okay, you're mac and cheese.
All right, that's fair.
There
That
it is.
sucked. That sucked, and that's what it felt like in reverse.
What's Tyler?
Tyler, dude? He's fucking. You know what I mean? He's D for sure.
He's Charlie Gay.
No, yeah.
I don't know.
He's glamping.
Glamping. Yeah.
There it
Glamping.
is.
The gang goes.
Are you
glamping.
a camper? Are you big into camping?
No,
Me
that's why I
either.
went glamping.
Glamping. Yeah.
I wasn't going to set up a tent.
Oh,
Literally, it was a trailer that they had carved out and made like a nice hotel.
Yeah.
That's basically what it was. Just
That's-
like a private room out in
that's
the
awesome.
woods.
That's the best
That was
way.
amazing.
It's the best way to do
That's like
it.
because when we got an Airbnb, my buddies and I, we got an Airbnb in the middle of the woods in the Poconos, but it was like a really nice house.
Yeah, that's like the way to do it.
we were like, this isn't. We don't want.
We're not trash.
We don't want
Yeah.
mosquito bites.
Right.
But we want leaves
Yeah.
and trees.
I remember. So me and my family, we used to vacation at a trailer park in Delaware. I know we're white trash, and
Nah, this is
class.
lit.
yeah, and we had this fucking shitty ass VHS TV. And I remember one time my sister
Sounds
brought
like luxury to me, dude. What are you talking about?
my sister brought back a copy of Blair Witch Project on VHS, and she puts it in. She goes, "This is based on a true story." She goes, "This is true." She goes, "Like this is real." She
Right,
like
this is a documentary.
she's like, "This is real." She puts it in, and then like I remember watching it. So like the trailer's here, and then like woods are like here. So like I'm watching this documentary about like this being this like spooky witch in the woods, and the whole time my sister and my family like they're like, "Yeah, this is real." And then we watch the whole fucking movie, and they're like, "Good night," and they turn it off. I'm like, "But no."
How old were you?
But we're awake.
I was like 11.
20.
I was
But-
like 27 was last year.
But-
I was like 11, I think, and like
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll stick with you.
it's
I've known Rob for 2 years, and I've seen him and his family sit down and watch Forrest Gump 10 times.
anytime me and my
God.
family get drunk and we're like it's Forrest Gump time.
Gump.
Yeah.
It's Forrest Gump time.
What's your
Just completely whitewashing history, and they're like, yeah, yeah.
This is our America.
Forrest Gump was fucking Ruby Bridges was nothing without Forrest Gump.
what's your like comfort movie? Like
Oh, I mean, like my top like 3 are Superbad, Forgetting Sarah Marshall, Wedding Crashers is up there,
So
and
it's like-
then non-comedy.
Okay.
Dark Knight.
Dark Knight.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Joker. I've probably seen that movie over 50 times.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Are you like one of those people you watch like Darth Knight and you know like all like the weird trivia about it? You're like, well, in this scene, Heath Ledger was like not acting. He was like,
He
yeah, I've probably
actually
seen- yeah.
thought he
Yeah.
was the Joker.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why he killed himself.
Did he kill himself?
no, the Olsen
Well, he
twins.
overdosed.
The Olsen twins killed him.
Is that the story?
Well, he was
They were
like,
doing drugs with him.
yeah. Well, he was in pain. He was
Was he
like,
doing them?
no. Well, he had back pain. The Olsen twins were like, hey, we have this, and they gave him too much, and he fucking died.
What? Oh,
Yeah.
I thought he was just addicted to.
No, the Olsen twins. I think he was. Well, he was also on. I don't know. He was like probably on drugs also, but he was like, but the Olsen,
Rob's a super fan.
the Olsen twins killed Heath Ledger, and
that's
I didn't know
yeah.
that.
yeah, they did. And they paid a lot of money.
Michelle do that.
They paid a lot of money to keep that shit fucking buried. But here it is. I'm.
You're blowing the lid on the
This
Olsen.
Yeah, dude.
podcast is a
You know
truth
why? Because
teller.
you're the third twin that they
Yeah.
haven't embraced.
Yeah. I'm the Olsen twin.
They're called triplets, Jim.
Well, they're still technically twins.
Right.
But if I was a third twin, I'd be triplets.
Okay.
Yeah. So like, get it right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not the Olsen triplets.
Okay.
I'm like, right, Tyler? This fucking idiot.
Listen, you guys with your college. I've got my fucking diploma from my high school. I'll show you that.
Me and Tyler have something in common where we both went to college for something way too specific.
I didn't go. I didn't go at all. I kept it real broad.
What was your degree again?
Jim, could you give me a definition for an American Studies major?
Yeah, like a civics teacher, right? Couldn't you do that? Like government civics.
Could I do that? I guess, yeah.
But like, if you were to
degree?
describe somebody who has that degree,
What do they do besides civics teacher? Unless there's nothing else they can do.
Work at the Federal Reserve.
I thought you were going to say CVS, which would be more accurate. Yeah, it's basically, the cool part about it is I took it just because it was cool classes. Like, there were classes about comedy and shit like that. And about, like, movies. It was literally just the study of American culture is basically all it is.
Oh, sick.
So I wrote, like, a 20-page paper.
Yeah.
Wait, ready for that? I wrote a 20-page paper on analyzing Drake started from the bottom and if it was a true story or not. It was more started from the middle is the
that was like
hypothesis.
Upper middle.
In conclusion,
Yeah, exactly.
Drake started from the middle.
They're like A plus on this paper, and I was like, I'm sticking with this. Graduated college, and everyone's like, no one cares about this at all.
That was me with game design. Like literally, like my first couple classes was like, you have to play this video game and then like analyze like.
That's
like
awesome.
you have to play this video game and then analyze like the structure, like whatever bullshit. And I was like, college is fun. All my friends are like, dude, I have this fucking like physics like exam. Like I'm like, dude, I have to play this fucking game and then like
I just beat Angry Birds.
yeah. I mean, pretty close. It was like shit like that. I had to play this game called I don't even remember the fucking name, but it was like the whole thing was like, how many developers do you think made this without looking it up and like whatever, and I guessed like I was like 300 people made this. It was one dude. It was like some like intricate game that one guy just like with like no life just made the shit out of it.
You think college is pointless?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, you should be going to college, Jim.
I like didn't go. I was like, I'm not ready to spend that money knowing I'm gonna get hammered and drop out. And then I'm like, every year I check in. I'm like, am I ready to go yet? And I'm like, oh no. And there's weed behind me.
Honestly, smart man.
I
Self-aware.
I went to a university, so like I like I like got like the college classes experience, but I didn't get like the culture. Like I didn't like my wife went to Albright and she was in a dorm. So like anytime I visited her, I kind of got like a taste of what it was like because her friends would drink and we'd go to a couple parties and stuff, but like I never got that.
Yeah, I went to Temple University for my first year and then transferred to Dickinson, which is like small D3. So I kind of got a taste of both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was gonna go to Del Val. I had like gone on tours and like met like the people and everything. And then at like last minute, I was like, "Whoa, $42,000 a year."
Yeah, that's a lot of
in
weed.
State.
I could buy weed and
I'm
beer
like,
with that.
I could just work at Whole Foods and be just as annoying about the earth. It was like a fucking. I was gonna go for like environmental science.
Yeah.
And that's what I was gonna do. And then I worked at Whole Foods and I became that.
Nice.
I didn't need the piece of paper because those people like did go there.
Yeah.
You got your education from in here, right?
I got it. Yeah,
That's what matters.
I'm street smart,
Dude, I knew I was fucked because like I used to wear my Wilmington University hoodie like all the time when I was in like college. And I'd go to like CVS or like anywhere. Like I know I was at this like toy store in the mall, and he's like, "Oh, Wilmington University." He said I went there for my master's degree. And I'm looking at him like, "You did?" And he's like, "Yeah." Like I'm like you're working at a toy store. Like in my head, I'm like, "Oh, that's cool," but in my head, I'm like, "You're working at a toy store." And I'm like, "I go to college for game design. I'm fucked." Like There was this one time though.
It was actually Rob in the future.
There's this one. Yeah, dude. It was like I met myself in the. Yeah, that's literally. I mean, I'm unemployed right now. That might be me in like 2 months.
Oh,
Me working at. Yeah, I used to go there. It's like a younger. I'm like, wow, you have less hair and you're skinnier. That's crazy. I remember one time though when I was still in college, my mom took me to Big Lots because I needed a new desk for and so she takes me to Big Lots and we're picking out desks or whatever. And this guy was being an asshole because we couldn't decide on these two desks. He's like they're both the same. Blah, blah. He's like, give me shit or whatever. I'm like, all right, whatever. I'll take this one. So we get to the register. And the guy goes, so what are you using? Oh, you need a desk, like whatever. And my mom goes, yeah, he needs it. He's in college. And he goes, oh, what do you go to college for? And I said, game design. And then he belly laughs. He's like, oh, comedically, game design. And he's elbowing his coworker. He's like, this guy's going to college for video games. And he looks at me. He goes, well, what's your backup plan? And I was like, I don't know, probably Big Lots. And then he was just like you could see the color just drain out of his face. And he was like, all right.
He's like, you respected it.
You've got me there, pal.
Like, how you gonna talk shit, bro? You're a Big Lots.
And now you're unemployed.
Yeah, now I'm unemployed.
Who's the real loser?
I'm like, I have a podcast that makes $100 a month split between two people. So
it's not bad. That's a Big Lot money.
Yeah.
Listen, we could go there soon.
Yeah.
A couple months. Save a couple months away. Get a an office chair.
Yeah. Speaking of $100 a month, part 2 is going to be on the Patreon. Patreon.com/2inthestinkpodcast. podcast. Tyler Wolf, we're going to have him on part 2. We'd like to thank our top tier supporters, Tim Sislo, Andrew Herbert, and Alaska Woods as always. And we have a new Patreon supporter who we'd also like to thank. We'd like to thank, give me a second, I'm fucking this up, Tony. Toni. I'm sorry. Yeah, Tony. That's Tony, right? It's not Tony.
Tony. I know Tony.
I know Tony when I see one.
Yeah, Tony, thank you. Anyway.
Tony? You've never met a Tony.
Right, yeah, you're right.
This might be Tony. This might be Tony, though.
Patreon.com/2inthestinkpodcast. Starts at $2. Our higher tiers get you more shit.
I want to meet the person that made you think it might be Tony.
That's my Wilmington University education right there, brother. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Dude, my little sister's picking colleges, and she's asking me about it. I'm like, the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm like,
what the fuck do I know?
I'm like, I didn't go.
Dude, there's this new so Jim recently put me on to shotgunning beers. I was never a big shotgunning guy. Jim was like, this will get you drink it faster and you get more drunk. I was like, whoa. There's this new thing. It's called the Kraken. It's like a accessory used to shotgun beers.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've seen it
So you don't have to use a key?
No, so it's
pops it out?
It's like a keychain. So it's almost like a tube that has a point at the end of it. You push it in your beer and you suck it out like a tube. Yeah.
Oh, you suck it out of the device?
Out of the device, yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. Anyway, I've got 3 of them. You get a Kraken. No,
I'm did you do it?
Check under your seat.
I'm gonna. I do want to get one.
Check under our seat. There's a gun.
Yeah. There is a gun buried underneath these pillows somewhere. I've got guns everywhere, dude. This is very, very fucking
safe. We're safe.
We're very safe home. Yeah. I'm like, check under your sock. You're not wearing a sock.
There's gonna be more feet on the Patreon.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot more feet.
Jim's gonna take his socks off.
I was
the Patreon.
saving it for those people.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cat's gonna come down and take my socks off.
And then start licking your toes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude. That's where all the money comes from. That's why people pay for part 2, dude.
Yeah, can you believe it?
It's crazy.
Oh, this was nothing. Just scratching the surface. Just wait for part 2.
For sure.
Yeah, we're gonna get into the real stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What do you got?
The real questions.
What do you got going on? Anything you want to plug? I mean, we still got some time left, but before we forget, what's going on?
I'm headlining in Washington, D.C. That's probably the biggest show coming up.
Oh, cool.
January, Jesus Christ. August 29th at District Sports Bar.
Oh, that's sick.
For Crybaby Comedy.
Oh, nice, dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Awesome.
So come out to that. That's probably the main thing. And then hosting a Punchline August 17th, 18th, 19th.
Nice. Who you hosting for?
Bo Johnson.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then you got your shows next in line.
Yeah, next in line comedy every week now at this point. Great shows in Philadelphia, all over the place. We're in 4 different venues. And then Don't Tell Comedy, which is pretty well known at this point.
Kick ass, yeah.
Pretty much every weekend, not exactly.
Nice. And then what's your Instagram?
Tyler Wolf Comedy. Keep it nice and
Hell
simple.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Love it.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah,
Find me, come out glamping with me if you want to.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Find me in Upstate New York.
Yeah. Oh, Upstate New York.
Yeah, dude. Oh yeah, we did. Oh yeah, that's right. Well, where the fuck were we in Upstate New York?
We were in.
Can't even fucking remember.
We were
I literally
out
can't
by
remember.
Lake Placid.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's a
we
nice
did.
Area.
Yeah, somebody hit me up on Instagram. They're like, "Hey, I got this bar. Do you want to come do it in Upstate New York?" I was like, "Sure, whatever. I'll come do some time." So I brought Jim with me. It's fucking like it was a 6-hour drive. It was a 6-hour drive. So we
That's
drove
up there.
Yeah,
I was not that far.
Oh yeah, we were like way up. Like it was like we were like an hour away from Canada. Some crazy shit. So we drove like 6 hours. It was
beautiful.
Like, it was gorgeous. Like mountains.
in the
like
mountains,
oh yeah,
Beautiful.
and it was like we were like right on the border of Canada, and we did this dude, it was like literally like the whole town was like a Stephen King like movie.
It was actually fucked up.
Yeah, like they like it was. So we get there
Did
and
you
like
stay the night?
here comes the fun part. So I was making just enough to like for it to be kind of worth it to drive up and cover gas for 12 hours total driving, and like like they covered food and drinks. I gave him a couple bucks, but we slept in my car.
Really?
Yeah, so we
Save
crashed.
the money?
Yeah, to save some money. So we got like fucked up. We got hammered.
I mean, 6 hours is like you can't turn around at midnight.
Right.
We were like
Exactly.
local celebrities for a night.
Yeah, so we showed up.
Tiny town.
It was this tiny ass town. We showed up, and everybody's like, "Oh, you guys are the comedians!" And like this one kid,
The whole
like
town knew who you were.
yeah, and this one kid who like we let him like he was like, "Hey, I'm like local. Can I get a guest spot?" We're like, "Sure, whatever." So we did a guest spot, and they took us around, like bought us drinks and shit. We felt like the shit, and then but it was like. But it was so weird because they had this big ass like bell in the middle of the town that would like ring way too much. You'd be like, dong, dong. We're like
all the people would stop and look at it.
Yeah, it was creepy as shit. And then, dude, I got shit faced at this one bar, and then like Jim hands me like this like weed pen. And I hit it, and I was like, that was a mistake. And I threw up in this like trash bag, and we're like. It must have looked so fucked up us leaving the bar because I'm like, where are my keys? Because we're sleeping in my car, parked in the park. I'm like, I need my keys. Where are my keys? So like here they are. Like we're like, come on, we gotta get back to my car. And I'm throwing up in this trash bag, and then Jim's like, I'll throw that out. And this random ass guy is like, no, I'm taking it home with me. And we're like, what are you doing with my puke, you weirdo? Like he took my puke. Like there was a trash can right there. We're like, just throw it out. He's like, no, I'm gonna dispose of this properly in my house. I'm like, were you like playing with my puke?
You know your DNA is in puke. Just
Yeah.
FYI.
He got in the bag of
He
puke.
got deep into that.
And then inside the bag.
And then I fucking laid down in the back of the fucking my car and just passed out. And we woke up the next day. And Jim, I was like, I love to sleep in. And Jim was like waking me up. He's like, dude, there's no way we're fucking sleeping in this car any longer. We have to go home.
What time was it?
It was like probably 8 a.m.
Oh, you got a solid, healthy 6 hours.
Oh, we got but like he puked and then went to sleep, and then I like lasted a while, and I got out and I puked a protective ring around the car.
Our car was like
That's why the guy wanted it. He's like, the demons here, they can't get through puke.
The guy went home
walls.
and rubbed it. He got a good night's sleep for the first time in years.
Our car was like
You don't
surrounded.
know how many demons were like, getting stuck at the puke ring.
Yeah.
Dude, we were like in New York and shit, and I was like, I want to roll a blunt. And I was like, can I roll a blunt in here? And the bartender was like, fuck yeah.
And you're like, you made it lame.
You made it gay. You were too excited.
Yeah, and this one guy, he like pulled out this brown weed, and then Jim, yeah,
I let Rob smoke it.
I smoked. It brought me back to high school. I was like, wow, my dad's still alive. This is crazy.
We met like pretty much like 5 of the worst people ever. Just mountain folk. It was so funny because I went on stage and like immediately, we walked into the bar and someone knew me from high school like right away.
What?
Yeah,
somebody from my high school that I graduated with was sitting at the bar.
It was crazy.
It was like, yeah,
insane.
I saw you were coming to town. I couldn't miss it. And I was like, man.
Yeah, but it was cool. We had like the food was covered, drinks were covered, And then we left the bar, and then the fucking one guy who like did the show with us was like buying us drinks. So it was definitely like our like 15 minutes of fame.
If it was true Stephen King, someone would have invited you back to your house.
Oh yeah.
This one guy was trying to get us
really?
to his house.
Yeah.
You turned it down.
But
we
have a car. He's like, you're just sleeping in your car? Like, no, come back.
I can't
We're
let
like,
you sleep in the car.
yeah, dude.
I was like, all of the movies do this.
Yeah. There was like a store.
I got robbed to do the gritty though. That was the scariest, spookiest part of the whole night. I got robbed to do the gritty when he was
the bar
happening.
or outside?
outside. I did the gritty when it was like new, so like nobody had totally like figured it out yet.
You got to have video of this, right?
It's somewhere.
It's somewhere. Yeah.
Okay, throw that on the Patreon.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's definitely me hitting the gritty somewhere, dude.
Oh, it's good stuff, dude.
But I think we're coming to the tail end of this. Is there anything else you want to talk about, Tyler, before we wrap up? Go to the part 2.
No, let's save it. Make the people wait.
Hell yeah,
Plug.
dude.
Make them
Plug
wait.
your stuff, King.
Plug. We have a show coming up.
Yeah.
July 29th.
Fat Lady
Yeah, yeah.
Brewing.
Fat Lady Brewing. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, July 27th at Helium, come see me host for Usama Siddiqui.
Oh, I didn't know you were doing that. That's sick.
yeah. That's gonna be fire.
Nice,
Hell
dude.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's a funny guy.
I'm gonna be in Texas, September and October. Come check that shit out. Got some. I'm headlining Milford, Delaware, I think soon. So all my shit's in my link tree. At Rob Stan Comedy on
You
Instagram.
do the link tree too.
I do the link tree.
Yeah.
It's the easiest way to find everything. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Follow us on Instagram.
It's almost easier than having a fucking fully functioning website.
Yeah, dude. It's not worth it.
So much easier.
Follow us on Instagram at Two in the Stink Podcast. We're almost at 1,000 followers. You have a podcast too. Plug that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Wolf Family Therapy. We got a podcast as well. We tell funny childhood stories.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, a lot like tonight. So,
Sweet.
Yeah, we guise of therapy, which is it's really not therapy.
Nice.
But
Yeah, you got your Instagram and everything too. So
Tyler Wolf Comedy, baby.
Big time.
sweet, dude. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it, dude.
Dude. Tyler.
Great episode. Can't wait for
Thank you
part 2.
so much for coming.
We did
Thanks,
it.
Can't
brother.
wait for this next
Oh my
Patreon.
God.
iteration of
People don't know what's
Two in
coming.
the Stink.
They don't know what's coming.
Patreon.com/Two in the
They
Stink
never do.
Podcast. We love you guys. Stink it forward. Send this podcast to some friends. It really helps the podcast grow. And as always, give us those 5 stars on iTunes, Spotify. It helps a lot. And wash your hands. Peace and love. We love you.